Hello and welcome to Jensen Institute online photography course. In the previous course, we talked about photography in general, and right now it's about to take a look at a post-production or editing, whereby we talked about the editing softwares that a photographer uses to edit his or her pictures. We talked about Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, and Capture One. But today we shall be focusing on Adobe Lightroom. Now, first of all, for you to be able to access Adobe Lightroom, for you to be able to edit on Adobe Lightroom, you have to import your photos. Open Lightroom and import your photos into the library module. You can organize them into folders and add keywords for easy searching later on. Now, the second thing is Adobe Lightroom gives you the basic panel adjustments, whereby this is where you get the exposure, where you get to adjust the overall brightness of the image. If you took your image underexposed or overexposed, now this exposure segment helps you to be able to either increase or reduce light. And also it gives you the contrast, whereby you increase or decrease the difference between light and dark areas. And also gives you the highlights and shadows section, whereby you recover details in overexposed. This is where highlights come in. Or underexposed. This is where shadows come in. Now, highlights come out to get away the overexposed area, while shadows come to fill in underexposed areas. You may get that you've taken a picture, the surrounding is overexposed, but the facial structure is underexposed. So you click on shadows, and shadows help you get to the real picture and makes you see the areas that need more light. And also it has whites and blacks. These are set the white and black points for your image, enhancing contrast. The main reason for black and white is for just enhancing contrast, to just differentiate between light and dark areas. The other thing that Adobe Lightroom comes with is color adjustments, whereby now you can be able to adjust the temperature of the picture, adjust the warmth or coolness of your photo, and you can also deal with tint, where you correct the green or magenta tint in your image. Vibrance and saturation, whereby you increase vibrance for subtle color enhancement, or saturation for more intense colors. It also has the detail enhancements, whereby this is where you sharpen your image and improve the overall sharpness of the image. It also has the noise reduction segment under the detail enhancements, whereby you reduce grain or noise, especially in low light photos. It also has the lens corrections, whereby this is where you correct lens distortion and vignetting, whereby you just make sure that the lens you took with that picture brings out the picture the way it should be. It also has the crop and straightening tool, whereby you use the crop tool to enhance composition and straighten horizon. Maybe you went out to take a picture, and then maybe there was a slight push from someone who was next to you. Then you took that picture tilted a little bit. You don't have to worry. All you have to do is import this picture to Adobe Lightroom, get to the crop section, and then now just tilt the picture a little bit till it becomes straight. It also has the local adjustments. This is the graduated filter, which applies selectively, such as darkening the sky or enhancing specific areas. Now, this tool helps you to get the sky bright, helps you to get the sky blue. So if you're editing, you've taken a picture outside and you want that sky to be very clear, this is the place you go to in Adobe Lightroom. It also has the adjustment brush, whereby you paint adjustments on specific parts of your image. When you paint these adjustments, you can either increase light or reduce light, make the picture be overexposed or underexposed by just picking the brush and drawing where you want the picture to be edited. And also we have the effects panel for post crop vignetting, whereby you add a vignette to draw attention to the center of the photo. We also have presets. That is the goodness that comes with Adobe Lightroom. You use presets for quick one-click edits. You can create your own or download presets from various sources. This is whereby you may want to keep on editing with these kind of settings. So you just create a preset for it. You get your 100 photos on the Lightroom catalog. Then you go to the preset section where you saved your preset. Then you click on the preset after you've highlighted all the pictures, and all the pictures will have the same preset. After that, then after you've done all that, you've gone through all that, this is where now you hit export, choose a location. If you want to put a watermark, you click. If you want to maintain the quality, there's a place you click for maintaining the quality. If you want to save it in PNG or JPEG, you can also choose a file format you're going to use. Then after that, you export. Now let's take a look at the advantages of using Lightroom for editing photos. One of them is non-destructive editing, which is the biggest advantage of Lightroom, which it makes your photos not be applied directly to the original image, whereby now if you're editing, you can be able to get a sample or a copy of the main picture. So which means that if you're editing on Adobe Lightroom, this picture may not change from where you took it. So which means that you'll be able to edit without getting worried that the picture may be spoiled. And also another thing is that you can also make a copy and also edit it on Adobe Lightroom. The next one is organizational tools. Lightroom has robust organizational features, including metadata tagging, keywording, and the ability to create collections and albums. This makes it easier to manage and find your photos. It also has, this is the best tool, what I love most about Adobe Lightroom, the integration with Photoshop, whereby Lightroom integrates seamlessly with Adobe Photoshop. You can move between the two programs while editing, allowing you to use the advanced features of Photoshop when needed. So which means you can be editing on Adobe Lightroom, but you want some graphical changes. All you have to do is click the edit in, and it will take you direct to edit in Photoshop. Then click on that, then you'll be moved to Photoshop. After you get to Photoshop, you start editing in Photoshop. While you edit in Photoshop, please be saving, because when you save, it goes back to Lightroom. So you edit in Photoshop, you save, and the same settings will go directly to Lightroom. The other thing is presets. Lightroom offers a wide range of presets and which are pre-configured editing settings. This can save time to give your photos a consistent look and feel. The other thing is that Lightroom supports RAW file. Remember we talked about the file formatting when it comes to taking pictures. When you're taking a picture on a DSLR, you can either pick RAW or plus JPEG, or you can pick RAW alone, or you can pick JPEG alone. So the good thing is that, remember, not all softwares can be able to open the RAW file or the RAW footage. So all you have to do is that get to Lightroom. You'll be able to open that raw footage. The other thing is that it has been synced with cloud, so you can be able to access your photos anytime and at the comfort of your seat whenever you are as an editor. These are the disadvantages of using Lightroom. One of them is the learning curve, whereby Lightroom has a steep learning curve, especially for beginners. Its numerous features and tools can be overwhelming, and mastering them takes time and practice. So which means that for you to master all this, you have to ensure that you get to learn more. When it comes to Lightroom, you have to keep on practicing more, because you cannot just wake up one day, have the basics, and tell yourself you're an editor, you're going to use Adobe Lightroom. It will not work like that. The other thing is that it has limited graphic design features. While Lightroom is excellent in photo editing, it lacks the advanced graphic design capabilities found in software like Photoshop. Complex manipulations and detailed retouching might require Photoshop or other software. So if you want to do the graphical part, or you want to do texts, Lightroom will not be the ideal software. So you will have to jump to Photoshop for Photoshop to give you that graphical look of what you want to do. And also issues to do with the catalog. If the catalog is where you store the pictures, once you've imported the pictures on Lightroom, they go to the catalog where you see them stored. So if the catalog gets full, Lightroom will not work. So that is another advantage when it comes to Lightroom. The next one is limited local adjustments. While Lightroom offers local adjustment tools, they are not as advanced as those in Photoshop. So you've seen that there's a comparison between Lightroom and Photoshop, and integration between Lightroom and Photoshop. When it comes to features and graphical features, then Lightroom is not the ideal one. But when it comes to editing a huge or a big number of photos, then Lightroom is your edit software. Let's now take a look at what Lightroom can be able to do with the proper settings and proper balancing of exposure, saturation, and ensuring that everything turns out and you're having a stunning picture.